away, chasing the sun. Larry's at the wheel, got the engine on the run. Songs, he's got the playlist, singing it out loud. Another open road, another brand new town. From the mountains high to the oceans deep, they're living the dream, they ain't losing sleep. With a glass bar full and a tank of gas, they ain't slowing down, they ain't looking back. They fly through the skies, chasing the breeze. Roll down the road, feeling so free. Ride the waves where the sunsets go. Forever Huffs living, wherever they go. Cruising down the coastline, drinking their hands, dancing on the deck to a steel drum band. Larry's cracking jokes, making new best friends. Saucy snapping pictures, cause the fun won't end. From the northern lights to the streets of Rome, everywhere they go they make it their home. With the world so big and their hearts so wide, they'll keep on moving till the end of the ride. They fly through the skies, chasing the breeze. Roll down the road, feeling so free. Ride the waves where the sunsets go. Forever Huffs living, wherever they go. No map, no plan, just a ticket in hand. They'll follow the stars and the golden sand. Every new town, another great story. Living this life in all of its glory. They fly through the skies, chasing the breeze. Roll down the road, feeling so free. Ride the waves where the sunsets go. Forever Huffs living, wherever they go. So if you see them on by, give them a wave. They're chasing adventure, they're feeling brave. Larry and Saucy, hearts open wide. Forever Huffs living, enjoying the ride.
What's happening, everybody? Get that turned a little bit so you're in there. Well, hey, Paul, what's going on, brother? I double checked my microphone before I started tonight, so it should be working. And if y'all don't mind, let us know if you hear us okay. So it's been a week since we did it. It seems like the week goes by so quick. Tonight we just did a live yesterday, but we do it on Thursdays. Yeah. Yep, we did it last Thursday. Now here we are again.
I thought we just got home on Thursday, didn't we? Last Thursday? Oh, no.
That was the week before.
Yeah, I know.
We've been home 2 weeks now.
Maybe the next 2 weeks will fly.
All right, I got you, Paul. I see you there. Is it muted? Oh, for Pete's sake. Hey, sweet Yankee Bell.
She can't hear you.
Hang on. Check, 1, 2. Yeah, it's showing that it's working fine.
I hear you.
Okay, Yankee Bell hears us. Okay. Man, I hate that because sometimes I doubt myself if I got it right. Paul says it's muted. And but Yankee Bell, if you're hearing us, then it's not muted. It looked like it was set right. So what's everybody up to tonight? I've been over there watching Mama Coop and them trying to drive them big trucks. Looked like they've been drinking. They was all over the road.
Yeah.
Yep. I think they were having fun though. Yep, I think they were having fun. What's going on, Yankee Bell and Paul? We're going to see if we can get a few more people in here. Showing about 3 right now. Hey, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Hit the like and all of that. Help us out. I got a cripple on my hands, y'all. Nope, she had surgery on her foot. What was that, Monday? Yeah, Monday. Now she's got to stay off of that foot for almost a month.
3 weeks, but who's counting?
3 weeks off the foot. We're not quite to a week yet. We got 2 more to go. So we got one of them little, what do they call them things? A knee
scooter.
knee scooter. That's it right there. She has to put her knee up on that and scoot around like a little kid. I told her to go slow. Don't be popping wheelies or anything.
Try not to. I run over. Look what I did.
What'd
I
you
run
do?
over my head.
You run over your good foot.
I did. It hurt.
How'd you do that?
Well,
That's a pretty good bruise too.
I don't know.
All right, where are you going, Paul? Where do they do the trucking game thing at? I would like to go look at that. That looks like it would be fun. I'm not sure where they do that at. If it's a download or what it is. Now, Mama Coop said she was going to send the folks over there watching theirs over to ours, but they might not be through yet. Let me see. I'll open up another tab here. Let's go see if they're still driving trucks. Hey, we dropped a video this morning. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see it, but we dropped another video from our Alaska trip. I don't see them live, so they must have ended theirs. And Steam, okay. I'm not familiar with. I've heard of Steam, but I don't have it. I don't think.
Well, is that the only 2 that are live?
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's right, Paul. You was live with them, wasn't you? Hey, you wasn't driving a truck though. It was Mama Coop was driving one, and somebody else. I don't remember now. But it looked like they were having a good time. Let me write that down. Steam and truck driving. I'm gonna write that down so I can research that later. Still living.
She couldn't find your live to redirect. You probably missed it. She probably quit right before you went live.
I don't know. I
don't know how that works though.
I have to be live for her to move it over, I think. She can't send them if I'm not live yet.
That's
Like
what I said.
okay.
You wasn't live yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So like at 6:59, if she was trying to send it and I wasn't live yet, it wouldn't happen.
You listened to me, you would have been.
But then here's the real deal. I don't exactly know how that works, and I don't think she does either. So between the 2 of us, we didn't get it. Paul says he's just the commentator. Mm-hmm. Trucking game is on Steam. Okay, I wrote it down. I'm going to go look at that. I got a son here that might be a little more familiar with that than I am. Maybe he can help me with it. And we'll go over there and see about truck driving. I wouldn't mind driving a truck. She knows that though. I always told her I've always kind of wanted to drive a truck. But
only if I can go.
I did drive a 40-foot motorhome a good bit. And we pull in a 40-foot fifth wheel right now. So 42-foot fifth wheel.
2 feet, that's a lot.
I know. But I always said if I had not had the occupation that I had, probably my next would have been trucking. It's called American Trucker. There's a trucking academy not far from us. I thought about going over there and doing that and just get my, what do they call it?
CDL.
CDL. See? You gonna get that for me for Christmas?
That's a job.
Well, I wouldn't take a job. I'd do it just for the training. I'd get to drive the truck during training.
It's a trick.
You know, I think it takes like, I don't know, 3 weeks or something. It's not
It's
long.
a trick.
What's the trick?
Just doing that just to get it. And then it'd be, I'm just going to drive for this month. And then it'd be,
No, I
we
don't want a
can't go
job.
on that vacation because,
No, I don't. It would probably be hard at my age to keep a CDL because I'm 62 and I got high blood pressure.
Yeah, we ain't.
You got to do a physical and all that.
That's money wasted. I can go on a cruise.
For Pete's sake, you ain't short on cruises anyhow. But yeah, I thought about going to the school over here and just do it just so I could drive the trucks during the training, get my CDL, and then I wouldn't take a job. I probably wouldn't do too good on it because they'd send me somewhere and I'd want to stay there for a few days, see the sights. And they'd be like, you got to take a load back. I'm like, no, I'm not ready to leave yet. It'd be unfired me. You ain't driving enough. You wanna
No, that's good.
roll this over here and you can put your leg on it?
That's too powerful.
Oh, you got your leg. Okay. So she's got to keep that foot kind of elevated. She's not supposed to put any weight on it at all for 3 weeks. So
Did I get my walking boot?
yeah, and then she gets a walking boot and she can start kind of walking on it. You were doing good too as the commentator, Paul. I thought you were anyhow.
What are you doing? She's scratching her butt on this chair right here.
Yeah, she likes to have her rear end scratched. I'm talking about the dog, not her. Thought I'd clear that up. Yankee Bell, so your husband was a driver trainer. Cool. Yeah, I always thought it would be kind of fun to drive a big truck. But I don't know. It's not enough time in life to do it all. I had an uncle that was a truck driver. And it wasn't one of those things that I looked up to him to the point where I wanted to be a truck driver when I grew up. It's just, I grew up and I had my own occupation, but I just always thought about it. Thought it'd be kind of fun to drive a truck. Somebody paid me to see the country.
That's what the military did. You saw a whole lot more than I got to see.
Oh, the military, I saw the world.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see part of the country I hadn't seen.
Yeah, I have seen parts of the country. Has anybody out there set the goal of seeing all 50 states? We never really talked about that, trying to do that. Yeah, Paul, you're right. It takes, it's some effort into talking for an extended period of time.
Well, I don't know. It looked like glass, but it's not. Had a sparkle.
You know, we come on and, you know, we try to do our stream.
It's a long time, Yankee Bell.
And sometimes it's hard to keep the conversation going, especially if people are not in the chat and participating. Yeah, I set this up this morning. So this has been out there all day that we're going to be doing our stream at 7:00. So sometimes it's a disappointment when you look and you see you've got 3 people watching it. And we only do it once a week, so it's not like we're every day. And we've got, I don't know, 1,200 and some odd subscribers now, which is good. But I would think we would have more people come in and
I've been to Hawaii.
participate. See, you've been to Hawaii and I have not.
I've not been to New York, and you have.
I have not been to New York.
Liar.
When did I go to New York?
Flying home, and y'all had to go get a hotel room in New York.
What are you talking about?
when y'all landed at the airport.
I don't remember that.
Cause I called and you was trying to make sure everybody had hotel rooms.
It's fake news right here.
Uh-uh.
It's a fake memory. I don't remember.
Your last deployment when you was coming home,
Uh-huh.
y'all landed.
I don't remember staying in New York. I have never
Call
been
Reese.
in New York. Call who?
Reese,
Okay, call her. We didn't stay in New York.
where y'all stay?
I don't remember staying anywhere, but I know I didn't stay in New York. Yeah, we hit 1,000 and then it started, kind of
But you stopped again. It's at
creeping. Yeah, but now it's kind of stopped again. Honestly, we did. What was the videos it had? Oh, I know what it was. We did a video from our trip to the villages that got a lot of views, and we picked up subscribers from that. And then I did several videos on our cruise, talking to people on
That's where we got a
Carnival
lot.
about them redoing their loyalty program, actually doing away with their loyalty program and creating a completely new one. And that got a lot of views, and that picked us up a lot of subscribers.
They're doing away with their VIFP, which
Yeah.
stands for Very Important Fun Person. So you're not considered that anymore.
Yeah, well, we can kind of rehash that. Carnival, like all the cruise line, they have some kind of loyalty program. If you cruise with them more, you get different perks, and they got different levels. And Carnival basically said they had too many people in their loyalty program, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's why you created it, to try to get people to keep cruising with you. But they decided it worked too good, so they're yanking the whole program and starting over with something completely different that's more
Just money.
money. It's just money. They
All
just
money.
want money now. You can buy your status, basically.
That's true.
You can go to where to get to their top tier. Now the program they've got now, it takes 200 sailing days. So, 5-day cruise, 7-day cruise, you do enough of them until you finally accumulated 200 days, then that's when you hit their top tier. You got 3 or 4 more tiers below that, and you march up the chain as you do your sailing days. But now they're setting it up. You can go your first cruise, you can be top tier. You can be platinum. You can, if you get a suite, you get drinking package, you spend a lot of money in the casino, you do an excursion at every, you spend a ton of money on that cruise, they'll bump you right up to the top status. So basically you can just buy it. And the way it's going to be is a person can come in and do that and be top tier, and someone in a room across the hall could have been cruising Carnival for 20 years, have 300-400 sailing days with them, and they will be at the bottom on the loyalty. So not fair at all. A lot of people are not happy with it, and I still a lot of people are hoping that Carnival's going to rethink it, but I don't think they will. So we have contacted MSC, and we're looking at their loyalty program, and we've got a couple more cruises
They're on
already
point.
booked.
They're on a point system.
Yeah. It really similar to what Carnival had, but it's points. So I get,
If you book a balcony or above, you get more points,
Right.
of course.
Right.
If you book a year out, those points double, so you can move up quicker. But you hold it for 5 years.
Yeah.
You just have to cruise at least once within 5-year
Cruise
period
once
to
every
keep
5
it.
years, and you maintain your status. Now they did a status match. For a while, they were matching equal. If you were platinum on or diamond, platinum on
Diamond, they did diamond to diamond,
right.
but they were getting too many.
Diamond is the top status. So for a while, if you were diamond on Carnival, MSC would match that. Come over to us, and we'll make you a diamond over here with us. And then there was so many people doing it, they kind of bumped it down. So now, if you're diamond with Carnival, they'll match up to
Gold.
platinum or there's gold. They're next to the top. So
Which depends, because platinum, that's what you matched with. You got the same as me as gold, because I was
Right.
diamond. But your
probably
points,
fewer points.
you got fewer points than I did, so I'm close to diamond already.
But we've been looking at it.
Let's
If we are kind of particular about how we book, like if you book a year out, you get double points. You know, if you get a little bit nicer room, you get more points. So we're looking at, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it in one cruise, but in 2 cruises for sure, we'll have her up
Yeah,
to
to
diamond
diamond.
status. So well, they've already created another tier, which is
Blue diamond.
diamond blue or blue diamond, something.
Diamond.
So, you know, they had a lot of people getting to the diamond status. So I said, well, we probably need another tier. So they created another tier to their existing program. And that's what we thought Carnival was going to do is, you know, just create another tier. But they didn't do that. They just said, we're just going to yank the whole program and redo the whole thing and make it completely different. A lot of people that's been
But that's
cruising
okay.
Carnival for a long time are not happy.
That's all right.
And a lot of people like us are jumping ship, so to speak, and going to a different cruise line. You going to get us some more coffee? Now, you can't even carry one, much less 2.
I carry one.
Now, when you get Matt, you can talk with him, and I'll go get some coffee. Because tonight I'm drinking out of my Waffle House coffee cup. I love my Waffle House cup. And I did not steal the cup. I bought it. Back when I got it, they were $5. I think they're about $8 now. But I'm not sponsored by Waffle House, but I should be. Because I'll tell you, if you live in a town that doesn't have a Waffle House, you need to move. Just go somewhere else. Find the nearest town that has a Waffle House and move there. No red-blooded American should live in a town that does not have a Waffle House. Because it is delicious. It's my favorite. It's like the redneck hibachi. You get to watch them fix your food. And it's, you know, just breakfast. I guess they got some different stuff, but mainly it's just breakfast. Paul, you never been to a Waffle House? Boy, let me tell you what. When you finally go to one, you're gonna write me a letter of thanks. It'll be a long letter. You're gonna thank me for sending you to Waffle House. My favorite.
Swap that with me.
Huh?
Let's swap that with me.
All right, hold on. Whew. Well, the Yankee Bell got 3. All right, none in Iowa. Come on, man. Oh man. Let's see. We met some people. Was it Iowa? I think. Yeah, we were at the hot springs up in Alaska. They got some hot springs up there, and that's the video I dropped today. So if y'all haven't watched it, make sure you go watch the video we put out this morning about the hot springs. But we met a couple up there. I think they were from Iowa, and we ended up meeting them for lunch the next day. Had a good time. Got to know them pretty good. They were good people. And I think they're following our channel. Who knows? Maybe one of these days they'll come in and say a little something.
Which ones?
All right. The ones we met up the hot springs, were they from Iowa? Idaho?
It wasn't from Idaho.
No, it was I think it was Iowa.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't know. Anyway.
Someone's from Tennessee.
Yeah, that was the other one. All right. Paul says he's going to Tennessee in a week and a half, and he's going to try a Waffle House.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he's going to sit down and he's going to write me a letter and thank me for sending him to Waffle House.
So he'll end up going to a bad one. and then tell
Yeah,
you how bad they are.
we have been to some that's not so bad. Most of them were north of here. We live on the coast, and we got them all over the place down here. And every one of them we got down here are nice. But we haven't. Where was we at? Birmingham or
Oh
somewhere?
yeah, we were in Birmingham.
We
And it
went
was
to one, and
nasty.
it was terrible. You know, service was bad.
Should have
It was-
walked out
Yeah, it
before
was
when
dirty.
we walked in. We should have walked out.
You know, so
We didn't. I
But
said
I
next time my
think-
gut tells me I'm leaving.
I think that's unusual. Most of them are pretty good. They used to be. They used to be franchised,
Text him and tell me.
but I think they had people that were kind of going rogue on them, not doing what, so they bought all the franchises back, and now Waffle House owns it all again. I got him in here. And he's calling your phone.
He's gonna bring it to me.
Mm-hmm. Brother-in-law calling. I told him that so he can get Kathy to bring this up. Maybe they'll jump in and watch. Brother-in-law's trying to call. I don't want to think I'm just not taking his call. Oh, he's going to Gatlinburg. Okay, does Gatlinburg have a Waffle House? I don't know if they have a Waffle House or not. I know they have a lot of
Oh, I don't know because
pancake houses.
they may have a Waffle House like in Sevierville up before you get down into
Yeah, you might have to go to
up around the interstate.
Georgia and know if they've
Georgia in here?
got one. No, he said he's going to meet up with Georgie
Oh,
and her mom and kids in Gatlinburg. We have not been to Gatlinburg in a while. We like going up there.
our invitation got lost in the mail.
Yeah, Georgia didn't invite her. She invited
Just
Bob.
kidding.
I just thought about that. Thanks a lot for the invitation. We couldn't go right now anyway because of her foot. But yeah, we like going up there, and we do Dollywood,
Yeah.
which is Sevierville. It's not
No, it's Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge. That's right, Pigeon Forge. Yeah, they got some beautiful cabins up there, and the place is pretty. You got Pigeon Forge, and then you got the Gatlinburg. Pigeon Forge is kind of like the fun stuff for the kids. Gatlinburg is more walking around, shopping.
They have a few things up
We got
there.
a few things for the kids up there. But where the old smoky moonshine place, they got a little sitting there, and there were rocking chairs and a little stage.
We hadn't been in a while, so
And usually there's bands playing, like bluegrass bands playing. I could sit in those rocking chairs and listen to those bands all day. I like doing that. But yeah, you should enjoy that trip. Nice place to go. We like going there. We just hadn't been in a couple of years. But one of these days. Matter of fact, I think the last time we went up there, we was in the motorhome, wasn't it? No?
a few years ago we went with. Remember, you had to save Chrissy.
That's right. We rented a big cabin. We did a family thing, a whole bunch of us. Went up there.
It was just a couple of years ago.
All right, we got 5 or 6 people watching. Somebody else needs to jump in and tell me something. Tell me what's going on in y'all's neck of the woods. How's your temperature? Ours is getting better. It's not bad in the mornings when we get up. And late in the evening, it's dropping a little bit. It's still a little bit warm in the middle of the day. But that better. Look, July and August down here, first thing in the morning, walk outside, and it's already just unbearable. It stays that way all day. But now the morning and the evening is not too bad. We're almost over the hump of the really hot days. Almost. What are you pointing at? Oh, hey, Miss Max Menace. That's Dennis the Menace. Glad to see you in here. So I've been going and watching, let's see. I just went blank. The ones I've been watching ever happening, I've been going in for a minute right before I go to bed, saying hello on there.
Oh, Jen and somebody.
Yeah, Jen and I'm terrible. I can't remember anything. Anyhow, the other groups and stuff doing their lives, I always try to at least pop in for a minute, even if I don't get to stay long. All right, you want to talk about some news?
I don't.
You don't want to talk about it?
People are rude.
People are mean.
Cold-hearted.
People are mean.
And cold-hearted. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. All right. Here's our shooter. See if I can find some better way to.
That's who they're.
There we are.
Not for a fact.
All right, I'm trying to figure out a way to make this look halfway decent. Don't like that. Don't like that. What about that? Okay, so here's a picture of our shooter that they're looking for on the Charlie Kirk deal. I still don't like the way that looks.
Well, get this off.
Okay, hang on. I'm working on it. All right, there we go. Yeah, this is the shoot. Yeah, it's a terrible situation. You know, this one and the why are you putting yourself up under the name? Quit that.
Okay, I'm sitting normal.
All right, I can take that off of there too. Let me see. I think I can. Let me figure out where it's at. Well, maybe I can't take my name off of it. Anyway, oh, maybe I can make this bigger.
It doesn't matter. Talk.
All right. Yeah, it's a real bad situation. It's, you know, you got, you know, Charlie Kirk, and last week it was the young lady on the train, or
It was a train.
you know, trying to go home from work. Yeah, so back to the Charlie Kirk. Here's the photo. I don't know. Can I make this bigger? Can I zoom in? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at this one. I see the way the hands are there, and I'm looking at the drooped shoulders. Santi pointed out hips right here. I'm not sure that this is a guy. I'm thinking this might be a female. I don't know many men that walk around with their hands like that. And the shoulders look kind of thin. And then Santi's noticed the kind of rounded hips. I'm not sure that this is a male. I'm thinking this might be female that's dresses male. That's what I'm thinking. And then it's come out that Let me go ahead and stop sharing. It has come out that a 30-06 was used for the shot, and I've seen the view from where the person was at on the roof to where the little cover thing was, where it was not a hard shot.
It is hard to tell. It's sad.
It wasn't a terribly difficult shot for a 30-06. I hunt. I like to deer hunt. I have a 30-06. That's my preferred weapon. I hope his family don't see something like this, and I don't mean any disrespect, but a person is not going to survive a shot to the neck from a 30-06. The velocity of that and the impact of it, they could have had a surgeon sitting right there, and he wasn't going to make it through that. But it's a sad day.
Because I like Charlie Kirk.
I did too. There's it's funny how you can let something like that affect you. Not let, but it just affects you on somebody that you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Person who did not know. I've never met Charlie Kirk. There have been a few in my lifetime for people that I didn't know that died that had some effect. Princess died.
Yeah.
I remember when she died. That was just such a sad day. Just it broke my heart. No, you know what I mean. It affected you,
Did.
even though you didn't know her. And probably, I'd say Elvis. When Elvis died, I was a teenager. I don't know. It was just maybe had a little effect. Most people that died that I don't know that's some kind of figure. I'm not old enough for JFK. I'm not old enough for Martin Luther King. I'm trying to think of some others. I hate that we're all going to die. It's inevitable. We're all going to die unless we're raptured. That's another topic I want to talk about in a minute. But anyway, I have had some people that passed away that had a little bit of an effect on me, that even though I didn't know. And then others, like Ozzy. Ozzy Osbourne, he died a couple of weeks ago. I hate it, but I wasn't a huge fan or anything like that, so it didn't really affect me. I'm sure it did some people. He probably had some real fans out there, and it probably really kind of affected him. John Lennon. I remember when John Lennon was killed. Kind of sad, but I wasn't a big fan of John Lennon, so it didn't really affect me. But this one affected me a little bit. Princess died, maybe Elvis, and I'm sure there were others. I'm old, and we've seen a lot of people perish. Actually, the girl that was stabbed on the train the other day, that really kind of bothered me. Just senseless. Then I heard some commentator, well, we don't know what he was going through. We don't know what his mindset. I don't care. I don't care what he was going through. There's no excuse for something like that. Oh, yeah. Okay, Dennis. Yeah. Some people that were huge fans of Ozzy, it probably affected me. I wasn't a huge fan. He had a couple of things I kind of enjoyed, but wasn't that big a deal to me. Same way with John Lennon. I wasn't a huge fan of his. But so it's just funny how some things will affect you, some things don't. But seeing that girl stabbed on that train just broke my heart. Broke my heart.
Well, another one that was, I think, affected me was the one that they caught on fire. On the subway.
Oh, yeah. It was a subway not so long ago. They lit one on fire. But anyway, the commentator said about the guy on the train, we don't know what his mindset was. Again, I don't care. I don't care what his mindset was. I don't care what he was going through. There's no excuse for that. you know, and I think we need to, we've got to stop this stuff in our country. And it can be stopped because there's other countries, they don't have that kind of stuff going on. But, you know, it's on video. It's clear he did it. He needs to be marched right into a courtroom in front of a judge, tried, convicted, sentenced, walked right out to the street and hung from the gallows. Public hanging right there. We don't need those kind of people in our society. And really, I want to tell right now with the state of our country, and I hate to say this, but I want to tell people in other countries that's thinking about coming here, don't come. America is not safe. It's not a safe country right now. Maybe some changes are being made, but even we're in a small town. We're rural and in a small town, and we have homeless druggies here that are stealing and doing different things. There's places here that I will not go after dark. There's neighborhoods here that I won't go to after dark. And we're in a rural, you know, small place, kind of out. You know, we're not in a big city. We're not in the middle of New York or anything like that. And if it's here, it's 10 times worse in the cities.
Mm-hmm.
So people out there that might be watching this, if you're from another country, you're thinking about coming here, I would tell you, don't come. It's not safe here. It's not safe. You know, maybe things can change somehow. I don't know. You know, another thing that I saw, and some people might not like to hear this, but the girl that was killed on the train, some people will look at it and see, I see 4 or 5 people of color and 1 white girl. And the white girl ended up dead.
I didn't even notice color.
I mean,
I couldn't
that's
even
not an untrue statement.
No, I know, but I didn't see. I don't even know what color. I know she was white, but I don't even know what color the person was that stabbed her.
He was black, and there was 3 or 4 other black people
wasn't
on
even
the
paying
train, or
attention.
people of color. I don't know if they were black, but you know, people that want to play the race card, that's what they saw. They saw a group of people of color with 1 white person, and the white person ended up dead. Now, I will say this, from the videos after it took place and he got off, no one tried to help that girl. They stayed in their seats. They didn't try to help her. She sat there and bled out. You know, now I'll go back to my first statement. If it was turned around, if it was a white person or 4 white people and 1 black person, and the same thing happened, I say the same thing. If it's on video and there's no doubt that that person did it, march them right in front of a judge, try them, convict them, march them out on the street, and hang them from the gallows. I don't care what. There's no room for that kind of stuff in our country. I don't care if you're white, black, red, purple, blue, green. I don't care. Male, female. I mean, it's just no reason. I just get so aggravated. You know, I go out every morning and feed my chicken. Well, we feed the dogs first here. We got 2 inside dogs. We feed them, and then they're ready to walk with me to go feed the chickens so they can do their business while they're outside. But I walked out a couple of days ago and I fed the chickens, and I was walking back, and the temperature was just perfect. It's a beautiful day, you know, the sun's shining, and I'm in the country, so we got all this land, and I'm looking around and I'm thinking how peaceful it is. And I thought, you know, it would be easy for today to be a good day all across the world. You know, I could just feel what it would be like if there was no murders, no theft, no car wrecks where people die. You know, just a nice day where everything went right. You know, I know it'll never happen, but I can imagine it. I can imagine it.
Yankee Bill, I done got to where I don't do a whole lot by myself.
No,
I let him do the driving. He'll take me shopping.
Yeah.
I go sometimes by myself, but not much.
I'm not comfortable now going out anywhere like Walmart. You go to Walmart in the middle of the day, and we've got a nice Walmart in a pretty nice little town. But there's so much.
You don't know
You don't know. Well, let me say another. You know, we've got a crisis in our country. We've got a mental crisis in our country. We got a lot of mentally ill people, and the majority of the homeless are mental. But I think the mental is a byproduct of drugs. So the wall that they did down there at the Mexican border, and that, you know, if we could stop the flow of drugs coming into the country, I think a byproduct of that was we would start to see a reduction in the homeless population. If we get people off of drugs, I think it would. I think it would help. And,
I'm sorry.
okay, I'd wait till you get through. I'm gonna say bless you.
Oh, I might be through.
Okay, bless you. She ain't through. She'll sneeze again. Another thing that happened, we had, you know, crazy houses back in the day. People would get put in a
Yankee Bell.
big sneeze again.
No, I was fixed to say, if I had to go through Atlanta to get somewhere, we're gonna go all the way around.
driving
We'll go
through
around the
Atlanta.
country to keep from going through Atlanta.
I hate driving through it now. But yeah, we had mental institutions back in the day. You know, people was messed up. They got sent to an institution. Well, they shut all them down. You know, we need to start that back up. And we need to get these people that are on drugs and on the street, we need to round them up and take them to these places. And, you know, some people say, well, that'll cost a lot of money. I don't care. We are probably the wealthiest nation on the planet, and we're sending billions of dollars to other countries on stupid stuff. If we can do that, we can take care of our own people.
Stop sending it to the other countries.
Yeah,
and
build
take
some
care of our own.
institutions, put these people in and try to rehab it. I don't mean just throw them in there and forget about them. Try to rehab them and reintroduce them back to society as productive citizens. I think most of them could be with the right help. But
The ones that want to be.
with the drug problem has caused the homeless and mental problem. There is plenty of old schools they could use.
And old Walmarts.
Yeah,
Old Woolco's.
old Walmarts and Woolco's. Oh goodness, there was something I said a while ago. We'll talk about that in a minute. I done forgot what it was. Yeah, we're letting, just like the guy on the train. He was a career criminal, and they just kept letting him go. We've got these soft judges. Now, granted, it is one particular party, but I don't even want to go into politics. I just want to just look at, what's the answer. But we've got these soft judges that are letting these people go and letting them go and letting them go. And our judicial system has been flooded with these kind of soft judges. I'm wondering, are we too far gone? Can this be fixed? Are we too far gone? Is it just going to keep snowballing? I don't know.
Rapture.
Oh, yeah, I did. I mentioned something about, I said we're all going to die. I'm going back to what I was talking about a while ago. I said we're all going to die unless we're raptured. And I said we'll talk about that in a minute. Mm-hmm. So we're in September. And there's a lot of people out there. I'm not going to say a lot. If you research end times and YouTube's full of videos. So there's a lot of people that believe the rapture is going to happen some year during the Feast of Trumpets, which is a Jewish holiday, which most things in the past, most key events in the Bible have happened on Jewish holidays. And a lot of people believe that the rapture is going to take place some year during the Feast of Trumpets. Well, this year, the Feast of Trumpets is in September. It's towards, why are you trying to learn how to write left hand? Planning on having surgery on that right hand?
Well, I'm just I spelled my name wrong.
Should not spell her name. But anyway, there's a lot of they have a sort of a convincing argument about why the rapture is going to happen this year during the Feast of Trumpets, and which is like the 20 something. I'll have to Google it, but it's towards the end of this month. And I'm just going to say, look, the Bible says no one knows the day or the hour. There's some people who are going so far as to say that they have had prophetic dreams. And that's a dangerous thing to do. Let me look it up. Feast of Trumpets 2025. Okay, September the 22nd. Today's the 11th, so 11 days from now, and it goes through the 24th, so it's like a 3-day event. But anyway, there are people out there, and they're trying to use numbers that are in the Bible and do some math, and they're just. And if you listen to them, it's kind of a convincing argument, but that they don't need to do that. They really don't, because we don't know. We don't know when the rapture is going to happen. We know it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen soon. That's my personal opinion. I don't know if that means this year, next year, year after. I don't know. I think we are in the end of the end times, but they should not say that it's going to happen during the Feast of Trumpets. And the reason I say that, because there are non-believers out there that hear that, and then when it doesn't happen, that just gives them more reason to be a non-believer. Well, you said and it didn't, and it's just a bunch of hogwash, So, it'd be fine with me if it did, but the Bible says be ready, and we're ready. And when I see the kind of evil that's going on right now, with these killings and things, and not just that, but just the topic we're talking about, you're getting where you don't like going out during the day, and you're darn sure not going to go out at night, even in small towns like where we're at. And, Sweet Yankee Bell, she's over there near Atlanta. I know what you mean. There's places you absolutely will not go at night. And there's,
the same places probably during the day either.
Yeah, you don't like, I'm not even comfortable going to my Walmart in my small town, which is a nice little town. We don't have a huge problem with crime, but we got crime like everywhere else. We got homeless like everywhere else. And
crime can happen everywhere, anywhere.
You don't know when that nut's going to walk in and just decide he wants to kill people that day and just start shooting.
Because it's a trend.
So that's all over the United States. I'm not going to say all over the world, but it's all over the United States. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think we are at the end of the end time. So I'm getting religious on you here. Y'all buckle up. Because in the Bible, Jesus talks about, and he uses the parable of the fig tree. It's like the fig tree. When you see it putting on the new leaves and blooms and stuff, you know that summer is near. The end times are the same way. When you see all of the things happening that the Bible talks about leading up to them, when you see all that stuff happening, then you know that it's near. So
it's happening.
He says you will be able to see the signs and know the season, but no one knows the day or the hour. So don't listen to these people that are saying it's going to happen on the 21st through the 24th of this month. I don't believe they have. The Bible's clear. No one knows, and I don't think he's going to tell somebody in a dream when it's going to. It's just going to happen. It's just going to happen, and it's going to happen just like that. We're going to be gone. All right. City by the, is that Bay? 2030 could be the year it could. Who knows? We don't know what year. But there's some people, and it's kind of interesting to listen to. If you're kind of into this stuff, go listen to some of these people that are talking about the rapture and the end and when it's going to happen. And they have a compelling argument using information and numbers and stuff, out of the Bible. Uh, it is a compelling argument if you listen to it. It makes sense, but I don't believe that. When Jesus says no one knows the day or the hour, only the Father knows. Well, that tells me right there's no code in the Bible to tell you the answer. It's just not there. But anyhow, I find it interesting to listen to that stuff. But I'm just telling you, because I'm sure some of you within the sound of my voice maybe be a non-believer or on the fence, and I don't want you to listen to something like that, and then when it doesn't happen, say, well, So I don't think those people should be saying those things. My personal opinion. I don't know if they're a false prophet or not. They might be right, and when it happens, now if it happens, then I'll apologize. Oh goodness. The Bible says be ready and watch. So that's what we're doing. But that is an interesting deal. Okay, City by the Bay, 2030. Why do you say that could be the year it all ends? I will disagree with that statement, but I'm gonna give you a chance to tell me why you say that.
He didn't say it will.
They said it could be. Yeah.
Could be.
Well, I'll say why I don't believe 2030 is the year
I
it
mean,
can end.
it could be any year. It could be.
Well, I believe, based on the Bible, that you will have the rapture when Jesus comes, claims his bride, which is the church or Christians. And then after that, then you have a 7-year tribulation. Then you have the second coming. So if he came tonight, you still have a 7-year tribulation. And that puts us at 2032 right there.
So he hadn't said.
And then at the end of the tribulation, then we all come back and Christ will reign the earth for 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that 1,000 years, a new heaven and a new earth is going to be created. And that will be forever. That's kind of the whole story in the Bible, which you don't get the whole story a lot of times, when you listen to this and listen to that or go to church and, they talk about this lesson, that lesson, but a lot of times they don't ever just lay the whole big picture out. And the tribulation is actually broken into two parts. You got 3.5 years and then 3.5 years. The first 3.5 years are bad. The second 3.5 years are really bad. And then you'll have the second coming. The Bible is actually, even if you're not a believer, the Bible is a fascinating book. I believe if you read the Bible and study the Bible and try to, as an atheist or non-believer, if you do that in an effort to try to prove it wrong or to make an informed decision of whether you believe, I believe if you get it, you will end up being a believer. Okay, now we're talking 2033 would mark the 2000th anniversary of Jesus' death and resurrection. Now you might be kind of on to something there because you had, let me see if I can do the math right. You had 2,000 years between Adam and Eve and I think Moses, and then you had 2,000 years between Moses and Jesus, and now we've had about 2,000 years. I'm missing one. So she had Adam and Eve to Moses, Moses to, I went blank. Anyhow, we're coming close to the 7,000th year. And then if you're talking about, some people use the argument that, a day is like 1,000 years. And 7 is a big number in the Bible. So every 2,000 years, Okay, it was 2,000 years between Adam and Eve and Noah, and then 2,000 years between Noah and Moses, and then 2,000 years between Moses and Jesus. So we got 2, 4, 6, and now we got 2,000 years since Jesus. Am I right there? Anyhow, yeah, I think you're right. And each 1,000 years would be equal to one day. And a lot of people take that. And, yeah. So to me, that's just a little piece of the pie. That's kind of a sign, like this, when you see the parable of the fig tree, when you see these things happening, summer is coming. And it basically says, when you see all these things happening, the end is near. But all wars and rumors of wars, we've always got that. But, famines and earthquakes and all these different things. But I think more anything is the evil, just the evil we're seeing now. I think all of that are signs, the 2,000 years for each step and getting to where we are. It's all of these are signs, and if you can't see it, I'm praying for you. Those of us that are Christians, we see it, and the Bible says, the end of times, and when we get to the rapture and all that stuff, it's going to be like the days of Noah. People are going to be getting married and doing their own thing, and not that we're not supposed to be doing those things, but what it was saying is they wasn't paying attention. They wasn't listening to Noah. They wasn't paying attention. Yeah, they were just doing their own thing, living their own life. Wasn't paying attention to biblical, godly stuff. And then all of a sudden the rain came. And I think that's where we are now. People are doing their own thing and all of that, but they're not paying attention. They're not seeing these signs. They're not seeing that we're starting to experience the birth pains of the end time. They're just trudging along and not watching, just like they did in the day of Noah. We're watching. I watch to the east every day, and I think it's today the day. It's today the day. And the rapture is going to happen in the blink of an eye. And those that are saved and are Christians, we're going to experience it. We're going to see it. But those that are not, I don't believe they're going to see it. They're not going to know what happened. They're just going to look around. A bunch of people are going to be gone, and they're not going to know why. Now the second coming is different. That's going to be a big event. That's at the end of the tribulation. I need to write these words down. I go blank. The second coming is going to be a big deal. It's going to be a loud trumpet. Everybody's going to hear it, and everybody's going to see, Christ returning. Everybody see that. All right, enough of that. Thank y'all for joining us this evening. We got a grandson that has a birthday today, and we're going to go FaceTime.
A big 3-year-old.
He's a big 3-year-old. Papa's going to call him, and we're going to FaceTime with him because they're way off up in Alaska. Thank y'all for joining in and listening. And look, I didn't mean to go off on a religious rant. I don't think I rant. I just, I'm a believer. I'm sharing it with you. I hope I touch somebody today, but if not, then, I'm not a preacher, not a prophet, nothing like that. I'm just a believer. So anyway, what are you looking at?
My foot.
Just one or both of them? Oh, God bless you too there, City by the Bay. Thanks for coming in today. And we'll be back next Thursday. Again, if you haven't watched our video, we dropped a video this morning, another one about our trip to Alaska. We went to some hot springs and a ice museum. They were both pretty cool. So go watch that video if you can. And we will see y'all. Yeah, she drank out of an ice glass, made a wish, and crashed it on the floor. All right, we'll see y'all next Thursday. So thanks for joining us.